What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about Scary Movie 6 in this video here today, going over this interview or news that came out related to Marlon Wayans, doubling down on the fact that he will be returning as Shorty in Scary Movie 6. Now, I say doubling down because the first person who actually got this exclusive scoop was Keke Palmer. Not too many outlets wanted to report on it at the time, but I'm sure they will start reporting on it now. But I did want to give Keke Palmer her flowers. I didn't see anyone else be able to get a tease of Shorty's return for Keke Palmer. Entertainment Weekly, though, had an interview with him, and he's doubled down on his preparation to return as Shorty while also tapping into some other returns we can expect, along with Faris and Regina Hall, and teasing the no-holds-barred content we can expect in Scary Movie 6. So he said, physically, I like to endure some kind of crazy regimen in respect to getting prepared to return to Shorty. Even right now at Scary Movie, I just lost 20 pounds busting my behind every day because I didn't want to show up on set as Shorty, buff at 225. That'd be lazy of me. I want to do the work. I want to look like Shorty. So when I'm able to, and then he starts talking in his Shorty voice, have fun and shit, people are able to laugh at me, son. Now, we know this is going to mark the first time that the Wayans, Marlon, Sean, and Keenan Ivory are reuniting in 18 years to write an original script, which Paramount apparently is saying will be the restart of this franchise. Marlon addressed how he'll be poking fun at the genre since we're in this elevated horror era. He said, I think you have to acknowledge how comedy has changed. Not just horror has changed, but films have changed. The audience has changed. The world has shifted. I think the way to do that is to make the generational gap part of the conversation. That's how we constructed the movie, so we could talk about it all. It's a conversation with these funny characters, and they just so happen to be going through this. The more pressure you put on characters and the more horrific the situations, that's when you really get to know the characters. We know Faris and Regina Hall are back, but Marlon teased there will be more returns. He said, we have plans to bring a few more back, but he didn't say any more prior or after that because no deals have been done. My bet is we'll get the Bobby actor who was also in House of Wax. Can't think of his name right now. Dave Sheridan, of course, as Doofy, and then Sean as Ray. But maybe a few others that I'm not considering. Like, for instance, I do wonder if Kevin Hart will be back. He was part of the franchise, and I feel that goes ignored, but he wasn't part of the Wayans era, of course. But yes, for many of you out there who watched Scary Movie 3 and 4, you know that, well, also 5. No, I don't think he was in 5. But anyway, yeah, Kevin Hart is part of this franchise, so I wonder if they will try to get Kevin Hart back, maybe for a cameo. I don't think he'll be part of the main storyline, but maybe for a cameo. Now, this last part got me really excited. He's promising Scary Movie 6 is a no-holds-barred, equal opportunity offender sequel. It's how we always do it. We just want to make everybody laugh, and we don't care if you're sensitive. Even sensitive people need to laugh at themselves. So true. Such a true statement. He said, just know that we're not laughing at you. You get the chance to laugh at others. When we did White Chicks, we made fun of everybody. We made fun of black people. We make fun of white people. We make fun of Hispanic people. That's just what we do. We make fun of the world, make light of the world. It's not to harm. It's to bring humor. You may offend people here and there, but hey, not everybody's joke is going to land 100%. Or not every joke's going to land 100%. But if you tell a joke and 100 people laugh and one person walks out, that's still a good joke. Fair point. We want to make the majority of people laugh and have a good time. I think this film that they're working on is going to be a great conversation piece that we can all sit down and laugh together over 3 generations of people who haven't had a great comedy in a long time. Now, I'm not saying that's what he's trying to do here at the end, but that feels like a jab to a lot of the comedy that has been coming out recently from Hollywood. Because these comedy films, to me and many others, they have been lacking. They have been lackluster. They've been forgetful. They've been easily discarded and not talked about a lot. There are some films that have comedic bits in them, like Babylon, and a lot of other films that have stood out with their comedic moments, but a film that's just true comedy has not stood out in so long. I can't think of the last time this has happened. And for the love of God, everything he's saying here, yes, 3 times. He is saying all the right things to reassure me and the rest of you who are not interested in a movie like Freakier Friday for a Scary Movie revival. A movie where you can smell the I'm not trying to offend you from a mile away. Write this film with confidence, jab at any and everyone, and let the pieces fall where they may. When your script is more interested in making sure you aren't upsetting anyone, then the comedy suffers. I've seen this countless times, and I'm sure many of you would agree. The fact that Shorty is coming back definitely is a green flag, since that character can be considered problematic by today's standards. I will say I can live without the SA jokes, but let's see what they cook up. Because you can say all the right things and still do the very thing we didn't want you to do, and that's deliver a watered-down Scary Movie revival. I'd hate to see the narrative change from give it back to the Wayans to then take it back from them. That's just a joke, because if this movie is watered down, I'd imagine you'd have to point the finger more so at producer interference than the Wayans not trying to be as outlandish as the first two movies. So if this were to be a train wreck of a return for the scary movie franchise, I'm not going to put too much blame on the Wayans. They can only do so much. There's people that oversee them, and they call the shots. And if they are telling them to water it down, unfortunately, they either will do two things. They'll either walk if they can, or they're going to water it down. And I think they will water it down. I hope this movie is not watered down. I'm just saying, if it is watered down, I'm not going to be ready to just point the finger at the Wayans. People above them call the shots. They get the final say. The Wayans have to either follow along or they can leave. And they've just got this IP back, something that I know that they've wanted. Marlon has talked about this on a lot of podcast appearances he's been doing over the last couple of years. So, in my mind, if they are being instructed to water it down, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to walk away from it. But again, the fact that Shorty is back gives me a major green flag to how dark some of the material can get. We need to see people laugh at themselves. We need to have jokes for any and all groups of people. There is no reason why we all shouldn't be able to laugh at ourselves. Some people, I get, that is a struggle for them because of just what they've gone through in life. I can relate to a degree when it comes to certain topics, so I get you. But if you are someone who grew up loving these first couple of movies, or just love the whole entire franchise, even beyond the first two movies, how the hell can you love those films, which I'm certain will still remain some of the darkest comedy films even after Scary Movie 6 is released? How can you adore those films, and then when Scary Movie 6 comes out, you're online having a temper tantrum? You're online pulling your hair out. You're ready to be 6 feet deep over a movie that you think is too offensive. It's not just like, well, did you even watch the first two movies, or was your love for those first two movies rooted in something else that you wanted to pander towards? We're going to see who scary movie fans are. I'm just saying, I feel like there's going to be a very interesting discussion that comes up depending on how offensive this movie gets, and I cannot wait to see who else is involved. I know there's this rumor still that Melissa Barrera is supposed to be cast in the film. That's not been confirmed by anyone. I think she just recently canceled an appearance at an upcoming convention in October in Florida, which is interesting because that's also when Scary Movie 6 is supposed to start shooting in Georgia. So we'll just see what comes of that, and if Melissa Barrera actually does have a role in Scary Movie 6. But you guys, let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course, to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.